guys, what's up? Andrew here from Andrew on the Go, and today I got a little bit of a different kind of video for you. I'm going to be telling you a little bit of a short story and throwing up some pictures for you. I got this idea from Yankees Outdoor Adventures, so go check out his channel. And yeah, so this story is going to be about my first backcountry trip with my sister. We did a hike in the Queen Elizabeth Wildlands on this trail called the Ganaraska Trail. So anyways, we get to the parking lot and we get all our gear on and we get all ready to go, and we start hiking out. And about 20 minutes in, my shoulders were killing me, my feet were killing me. I was just sore. I don't know if it was my steel toe boots that I was wearing or my rucksack that had like no support on the shoulders, which I eventually end up sticking empty water bottles in the arms to keep my armpits from bruising. Or it might have been the 5 cans of stew that I had in the backpack. But there's a lot of lessons learned on this trip, but it was my first time out there and we were just having fun. Yeah, so we're hiking and stopping like every 20 minutes it seems like. And we thought we were making good progress, but we were only following a map that I took a screenshot off the internet of the trail, so that's what we were following. So we're hiking and we're just dying, but we're pushing ourselves because we wanted to see everything and we wanted to get to our destination. So long story short, we're dead beat and the sun's coming down in about an hour, so we finally decide, alright, we're gonna set up camp now. So we find this nice spot right on a rock overlooking the lake and everything, and it was like probably the decentest flat area that we could be able to pitch a tent. So we put up our tent and we get the fire going and all that, and then the night comes and it gets cold. And I remember right before we were about to pack in and head in the tents for the night, we're like, do you think there's any animals here? And we're like, nah, it's okay. And then all we hear is walking through the woods or along the trail behind us. And now I'm thinking about it, and it was probably a moose walking through there because we've seen a lot of fresh moose poop and everything. So, but anyways, so we crawl in the tent, and as the noobs we were, it got cold, and the rock that we were sleeping on, it got really cold. So it was just a really cold night, and the wind coming off the lake. Oh, we should have been in the woods a little more, but we stayed there for the views. Alright, so anyways, we were staying 2 nights, so we were hiking all the way back, and we're going to camp a little closer. So we set up camp again and all that, and this time we don't have as much gear because we've been eating some of the cans of food that we brought and drinking some of the water bottles that we brought, so that lightened up the load a bit. But we were still dead tired, and it was sunny that day, so we ended up putting mud on our face and our arms because we didn't have any sunscreen with us. But that was fine because we felt rugged that way anyways, and we were out in the bush. So we get to the lake closest to the parking lot, and we were going to camp there that night. So we find a nice little spot, a little more protected from wind than the last night, and so we set up camp there. And that night was a lot warmer. So we woke up in the morning and we got all packed out and we're just dead, and we got about an hour hike to the car. So we hiked all the way there, and right before we got to the parking lot, I remember there was a big school group, probably like 30 people coming. So we stopped on the trail and we were saying hi to all of them as they went by, and they're just giving us these weird looks, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. So we're like, oh, whatever. So we hike all the way back to the car, and as soon as we got to the car and seen a reflection in the mirror of the windows, we remember we were just covered in mud. So we probably looked like wilderness beasts coming out of the woods after being in there for like a week. But no, it was a great trip, and I do things a lot differently now. Pack a lot lighter, not necessarily more expensive gear or anything like that, but just better gear and the proper gear, and not as much. I took way too much that trip. Never bring canned foods. Make sure you have a good backpack with straps. And yeah, a lot of lessons learned, but had a great time with my sister. And yep, that was a little short story for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed all the pictures. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Get outdoors, enjoy life. Thanks for watching, guys.